Today, ladies and gentlemen, the dividend portfolio is at $110,700. What a wicked, volatile roller coaster ride we've been on. But more importantly, I'm more shocked by the amount of suggestions I had for stocks to buy. And I'm even more shocked by the stocks that came up more often than not. So yesterday in my video, I promised that I would take the $5,000 I have in one of my accounts, and I would allow you guys to pick one of the stocks I buy, even if it's just $1,000 worth of that stock. I wanted to see what you guys would suggest, and I'm still going to hold true to letting you guys actually pick one of the stocks I choose to buy. And here's the list you provided me with, and I'm going to break some of these down for you. We're going to look at every single one of these briefly, and I'm going to tell you the ones that came up the most. So let's jump right into this. Welcome back, my passive income investors. Like, today is going to be a brutally fun video. I just got out of the shower, so sorry if I look a little clean for once, maybe a little unshaven, but a little cleaner than I usually look. But more importantly, these are the suggestions you guys gave me, and I don't even know what half of these companies are. So we're going to break some of them down. I'm going to tell you the ones that I'm interested in, and then honestly, like I said, I would be unopinionated. I'm going to keep my opinions out of it. Even though I'm going to give you my opinion, I'm going to keep my opinions out of it, and I will literally pick a stock to buy on your suggestion. And the two that have come up the most, bar none, out of all of these stock suggestions, AbbVie has come up over 5 times, along with Tesla's come up quite a few times as well. And AbbVie is a big pharmaceutical company that I never really paid too much attention to because I've been too busy looking at Johnson & Johnson. But without further ado, how about we just go over to the computer, guys? I'll really quickly show you what my accounts are doing today, and then we're literally going to break down each and every one of these really interesting looking stocks. Some of them are dividend stocks, some of them are growth stocks, some of them are speculative, some of them are like OTC pink sheets. I'm really excited for this. So come on, guys. Let's get into this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we all know the markets were down and then kind of came back. Here's my RSP. I own a VFV, which is a Vanguard Index Fund. We can see I'm actually down on this, which means the overall markets are down. But man, it's been a fascinating couple of days. So my worst performing portfolio is this one. This is the one that I'm allowed to spend some of my $5,000 on, which I've been discussing over the last day and a half. But more importantly, just taking a quick peek at these stocks, guys. MO came back a bit today. All the stocks went down today, and then by the end of the day, they just came right back up. So my portfolio actually finished higher than it closed the day before, which was really interesting to me because I thought they would have just kept going down. And I guess the market decided that it wasn't time for things to keep dropping. And the ones that we've seen come back the most is British American Tobacco for me has come back quite a bit. We also have MO came back quite a little bit. GEO is sitting over $18 in after hours, which means it must have had some pretty good news, if I do say so myself. We can see it's paying an 11% dividend yield, guys. It's still one of my favorites on my list. And look at the green in here today. Look at that big green spike. Oh my goodness, it's massive. It's massive. And that was in after hours. It took us over 18. Which is good. This is a volatile stock, but it's nice to see it coming back. I picked some shares up a little while ago at 1760. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was 1760 to 1780. Somewhere around in there, or I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyways, moving on, we got Microsoft and Apple came back quite a little bit today. Apple's popping over 200 again. SO, like I said, continues to ceasingly impress me. It never stops the train that it is, which is weird because if I show you this chart, it's a screaming sell to me, but I'm holding this long term. It looks like we got some red toward the end of the day in this one, but this one has been a steady growth one over the year, and I'm waiting for a nice little downturn to pick up some more. Not that that's coming anytime soon, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about the stocks you guys told me you wanted me to buy off your suggestions. I have a wickedly large list above me here. We're going to start one by one at a time, looking at all of these, guys, for your viewing pleasure, of course. So let's get right into this, starting with IBM, common stock. We all know what IBM is. It looks like it's been on a bit of a tear at the beginning of this year as well. It's up 30% from its all-time low. It's paying a 4.6% dividend yield. My goodness, not bad with a half decent PE, massive conglomerate. Interesting company. We all know IBM. It's not on my buy list, but it's just the suggested ones, and I'm not going to give too much opinions on this just yet, but we'll just fly through these and see what you guys suggested. We got iShares TR Core Dividend Growth ETF. I don't know if you could call that much of a dividend growth ETF, but when we look at the chart, it's still pretty impressive. Most of the Vanguard index funds have been doing quite well. This one's been doing exceptionally well, actually. Looks like a good suggestion from one of you guys. What else do we got here? We've got Vanguard Dividend Appreciate. Oh, there's the same one. Came up more than once. Did I write it down more than once? I must have. It must be just a different version of the fund, maybe. But here we go. Another Vanguard White High... Here's another dividend ETF. Literally, I didn't even look at these before I'm making this video, so this is just a shock to me as it is to you guys. And it seems like a lot of you guys seem to be into the dividend ETFs, but when you look at it like this, My God. I can see why everyone's into the dividend ETFs, considering the growth seems pretty nominal over a year. 5-year chart looks pretty healthy, though. If you bought this 5 years ago, today you'd be sitting up 32%. Plus, I'd have to see how much the dividends have grown, but I imagine Vanguard can't really do you that wrong. Then we got iShares TR Core, another high dividend one at 3.10%. Oh my God, you guys are dividend ETF crazes, eh? You like the crazy dividends. Here's another really incredible dividend ETF. Let's find the more interesting stocks, guys. We want the individual ones. So here's MGM Growth Properties LLC, or MGP. I wonder what this one's based off of, but it's currently paying a 6% dividend yield. Very, very healthy. James Stewart, MGM Growth Property Limited Corporation is an investment trust that invests in large-scale destination entertainment. Oh, this is the MGM Growth. This is MGM Resorts. It's no different. It's just the same thing, my guys. We all know that one. I'm surprised MGM came up. But I think they're trying to sell MGM, the main MGM resort, and Bellagio, from my understanding, in Vegas there. Kind of interesting news. So here's the one that has been suggested more than 5 times by you guys. And I'm going to leave this one here, and I'm going to come back to this at the end of the video because I have a few comments on this one. But if you guys think I should buy it and it's what gets voted for, I will end up buying it. But it's shocking to me how much AbbVie has come up. So do bear with me toward the end of this video, and I'm going to break down. I might even just do a video on this stock. There seems to be so much hype around it lately. So maybe what I'll do is a video correlating right after this. That'll just be an AbbVie breakdown. But let's just keep going here real quick, guys. If you didn't know, AbbVie is a pharmaceutical stock. Clearly, it's on the down rise. It's decent PE with a dividend yield of 6.6. But let's keep going. American Towers. What's this one? American Tower Corporation is an American publicly held company, of course, owner and operator of wireless broadcast communications. People love their communications like AT&T, and clearly this one, because if we bought it at the beginning of 2019, just like some stocks, it's been doing very, very, very well. What else we got? We got Grown Castle Inshish. What is this? Grown Castle. Or Crown Castle, my bad. Crown Castle is an American's largest provider of shared communication infrastructure. Another man, you guys really like the telecommunicators, eh? And then there's Tesla, of course. This one has been suggested quite a few times as a buy. And I might consider that one as well, depending on what you guys vote on. Let's keep moving. IBM, we talked about IBM already. That one seems to come up more than once. We got Manulife, another insurance company that I used to own this, believe it or not. And I sold it. I didn't make any profit on it. I just didn't understand it well enough. But it looks like if I held on to it, I can't even remember when I was buying it, but it was somewhere over in here, and then it took the dip, and then I sold, and then it's been doing fairly well ever since. PE ratio on this one's really low, price to earnings. Massive company, but am I interested in Manulife? I don't know, maybe be on the fence about it. Here's one that I'm actually interested in, Dunkin' Donuts brands, and actually I'm considering buying this one right now. I've been looking at it, and it's coming down on a bit of a dip, and it's up, well, it's up today. But even still, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, you know what? I really want to add coffee, and I'm having a hard time with the Starbucks, which is one that was suggested as well, which we're going to look at next. Because Starbucks pays a little bit less of a dividend. Starbucks is a quite a bigger company apparently to Dunkin' Brands Group. Dunkin' only apparently sits at a $6.6 billion market cap, and Starbucks trades at 113, but we have a PE of 33 on Starbucks and a P of 29 on Dunkin'. But I don't mind Dunkin' Donuts. I love their coffee. It seems to be a stable company for, let's see, if you bought it 5 years ago, your rate of return, we have to see what the dividend increases have been, but even still, almost 100% rate of return in 5 years, guys, with the dividend. That's pretty good. You double your money every 5 years. That seems pretty respectable. I'm debating on whether I should add that one or not. Here's AT&T, an obvious one that everyone talks about because it's been down quite a bit from its all-time highs. Really healthy dividend yield, really decent PE, conglomerate company, one that you could have in your portfolio and not worry about. I'm not sure if I'd add this one or not. I would consider it, but it's just not on my list right now. But again, these are just suggested, right? So we got TWLO. Here's one I don't know what the hell this is. TWLO is a cloud communications platform as a service company based in San Francisco, California. Really small market cap, well, big market cap. I mean, 16 billion is pretty big, but it's not a profitable company. So clearly we're looking at a growth company here. And my God, one hell of a growth company of that. Jesus, this company's up 400% in the last 2 years. Jesus.
What is this company? I might keep this one open just to take a brief look into it. It seems pretty fascinating, to be honest. What do we got here? We got IIPR, which looks like it might have had some bad news into after hours because it's down almost 5%. And this is an industrial real estate investment trust company, so it probably deals for REIT. This doesn't pay a whole lot for dividends. Oh my God, the PE ratio on this is absurd for $1.1 billion. What is this one involved in IPR? Well, it's quarter two. Oh, this looks like a marijuana company. I see. I sees what she's doing here. I sees. Here's another weird one. We got SAP SE, software company. The software companies are blowing up lately. Software security. And this one looks like you could have bought a good dip at the beginning of 2019. Made a decent return, probably about 20-30% at the high. Not the greatest dividend. Don't know anything about software companies. Can't really have a debate on this one. Just an interesting suggestion. Here's another one I've never heard of. Occidental, I don't know what the hell that is. Petroleum, but we know it's petroleum. And we all know that oil stocks are all over the place, and I don't like oil companies. But this was just a weird suggestion that I've never heard of before, paying a really high dividend yield, really low PE, and a decent market cap. I don't know if this is a buy or not. Like I said, I'm not here to make opinions. I'm just showing you the stocks. Here's a really weird one that someone suggested. Clearly a European stock. Bencafanad, America. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's a company that provides investment services to institutional, private, and corporate consumers. It is listed on the Italian Stock Exchange. That sounds very convoluted. Very, very convoluted. But if we look at the chart, yeah, it's very convoluted by the looks of it. It looks like the rate of return has been absolutely nominal, nothing for the last 20 years. And the dividend yield is the only thing that you can rely on. So this company is definitely going to be scrappered. We got Surge Energy. Clearly a utility perhaps that hasn't done that well. I do not like buying into companies that don't have a growing stock over time. The stock has to consistently grow for me to be comfortable usually buying it. But let's just keep looking through here, guys. We only got a few more to get through. We got Bayer AG. Bayer AG is a German multinational, another pharmaceutical, man. You guys in your... That means if I go to the 5-year, I bet you this stock's down. Ha! Who called it? Pharmaceuticals have been in the toilet lately. Jesus. Oh my God. This is so cheap. I'm not going to say cheap. It's just down a lot. PE is still absurd, like pharmaceuticals usually are, and a crazy huge market cap. And this company is paying at a 4.76% dividend yield. Looks like it's been around for a long time. So, I mean, looks like you could be safe. It looks like one of those moat companies like J&J. But overall, rate of return has kind of sucked. So hopefully the dividend yield has increased, but it's something we'd have to look deeper into. But just throwing these suggestions to you guys as well. Duke Energy comes up a lot. And the utility company, it seems to be doing very well, like all the utilities have been in the beginning of this year. And then one more, a realty income. We're talking about a realty income real estate corporation that you guys talk about all the time. This one comes up a lot. It seems to be some of your favorite stocks. It seems to be a lot of YouTubers' favorite stock. And it seems like a pretty good, well-ran company, but I wouldn't be buying it up here. I'm looking at other stocks right now for real estate, just because the PE on this is insanely high. But I don't know. I'd have to look more into it and see if it's justifiable. And you guys probably know more about this company than I do because I've never looked into owning it. But I want to go back to the one that I talked about before, AbbVie. My goodness gracious, you guys in AbbVie, I've never heard a stock so much suggested like in my life. It literally has been suggested more than 5 times to me. And the PE is crazy low, but the market cap is really high. And what I'm going to do here, guys, if you don't know what AbbVie is, I think they just did an acquisition of Botox or something. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video right now, and I'm just going to break this stock down. So if you enjoyed this video, this is part 1 because I'm still deciding on what stocks I'm going to buy based on your opinion, because I'm not done yet. This is just an overview, but we're going to pick the most suggested ones. I'm going to make a list, and then you guys are going to get to vote, and that's going to happen probably next week sometime. But for this week, I'm just going to keep letting the suggestions come in, so you can still suggest. Let me know, even in this video, in the comment section below, if I missed a stock you think should be on this list, and I'll add it to the suggested list, guys. But for right now, let's watch the next video that comes out here, guys, and we're going to do a deep dive into AbbVie because, man, everyone seems to be super interested in this stock. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Stay cool, stay awesome, guys. I'll be chatting to you real soon.